Hi, welcome to Your Black World News. I'm your host, Roosevelt Mitchell III. So R&B singer R.Kelly walked out of a live interview yesterday with the Huff-Post. R.Kelly was there promoting his new album, his 13th solo album called The Buffet, which sales figures are, let's be honest, terrible. He debuted at the 16th spot, selling 39,000 copies. And for this platinum selling artist, that is terrible, because he has done more than that in a day a lot of times. But R.Kelly seemed to get irritated when the interviewer, which was a young lady, asked him about having a healthy relationship with sex. Right? She stated, you sing about sex and reference it many times in your music. Do you have a healthy relationship with sex? R.Kelly got defensive and said, hey, I'm not here to be interrogated. This is not a deposition. Do you know what a deposition is? Like, he just got offended. And she like, I'm not being disrespectful. He said, yeah, well, I think you are being disrespectful. That's your level of intelligence. But my level of intelligence, you asking me negative questions. And then he started saying, if you keep asking negative questions, I'm going to walk. I'm going to get up and leave. Like threatening the interviewer. So then she asked another question, and he pretty much stated, you have one more question. She said, I have one more question. Yeah, you're going to ask me one more question. And then he just got upset. But look, R.Kelly's been in the game, I think he said, for 28 years now, which is fantastic, and he's one of the legends and going to be written down in the record books as one of the legends. But R.Kelly, here's my issue. That was very unprofessional for him to get up and leave the interview. For one, I think everyone would agree with that. And two, you can't be disrespectful to the interviewer for asking you questions related to your music. Because he went off on a tangent talking about he was in New York to have a good time with friends and do some more business. It's almost like, and we all know about the 2008 scandal with him and the children and child pornography, and he was, being accused of all of those things and having sex with underage girls. But my thing is this. You still sing about sex, although you were accused of having sex with young girls. So, I mean, that's kind of wishy-washy or funny to me anyway. And just last week, he was, I read an article stating that he was asking for black people to support him. Now, okay, let's talk about this. If you want black people to support you in your music because your sales are down, then you have to be transparent, because people, I support artists not just based on their music, but I invest to the person as well. So I read people's biographies. I read how they started or how they grew up, whether it's Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, or Adele, or Aretha Franklin, or Teddy Pendergrass, right? People identify with the person as well. So celebrities have a higher standard. He's been in the game 28 years. I'm sure he knows this, right? So for him to not want to be an open book and want to promote his album and wonder why people are not supporting him, when in all actuality, it's more like a crowdfunding campaign, right? To where you have to be transparent, and when people invest in the product, they invested in the person as well. So when people invest in your album, they're investing in you, right? So when you ask the black community for help, then you don't even want this interviewer to ask you questions about sex in your music, and that's all that you sing about? Like that question wasn't even out of bounds. I see if she would have said something like, well, back in 2006, I watched that tape of you, R.Kelly. That looked just like you. Now, to me, that's more of a deposition. That's more of being questioned. But to just mention the word sex and he got mad. And anyway, well, I mean, what the hell was Marc Lamont Hill? I would much rather saw Dr. Marc Lamont Hill interview R.Kelly than that young lady. No disrespect to the young lady, because she was fantastic. But I think Marc would have handled it a little bit different, or he would have responded differently to Marc as he did the young lady. I don't think he'd disrespected Marc Lamont Hill that way, the same way he did that young lady, and was just talking over her, rude, and just mad because she didn't bow down to his presence, right? Like, I'm R.Kelly. You just ask me about partying, turning up in my music. Don't ask me about nothing else I've done. No, homeboy. Celebrityism does not work like that, and you know that. So I think it was downright pathetic and pitiful on R.Kelly's part. And as for me, no, I won't be buying that album. I won't be in the 39,000 or the 40,000 or whatever sales number he does, because you don't go around treating people like that, for one. And two, your followers, the people who've been with you for the last 28 years, 25 years, or even 20 years. I would love to hear what you think about this and him. So please leave a comment in the section below. And until next time, my friends, be blessed and be encouraged.